Right, the old duffer here. This is the thing I was alluding to in the last video. It's a registered 1987 Mark III long wheelbase Transit 190, but it was a coach-built motorhome, so it's got the heavy-duty rear springs in it. As you can see under there, it's got an anti-roll bar, which the standard ones didn't get on the rear, and it's got the high ratio diff. It wouldn't have had this panel here that's gone all crusty. This is a hole. The guy I got it from, lovely fella, he obviously filled this in with panels from another vehicle and put lots of plastic pudding in there. So we beat it out. I beat it out with a big spiky hammer. So we've got to repair that properly. And he's attempted to make a flatbed for it, but his welding is yes. Let's not talk about that. And also, what he did, you can see a slot in the box section was a great idea, he said, for hooking straps in, but then you can weaken the box section. So we're going to cut all that off and make it slightly wider. If we make it 60mm wider each side, it's 2 meters, and then it's easy to clad with 2x1 sheets of checker plate aluminium, which is what we're making the bed out of. And we're going to make it slightly longer, so it comes beyond here, and then it will taper down to a ramp with the tow bar on it, because it did have a tow bar which I've taken off. We're not making it into a recovery truck. That on there, down there by my load, is a crane that was on the back of it. I'll put some photographs in at this point so you can see what it's like when we got it. The crane was over where the seat is. We're going to move it up here. It's electric winch type crane. We're going to make the mounting brackets here, so it's up by the front and not quite central. And then it will, when it's opened out, it will fit, reach both sides, so we can lift stuff off and on. And I can't lift a quarter of a ton. Seats are in pretty good order. This is a driver's seat which gets all the battering. It's pretty good. Passenger seats even better. Whether we'll put some leather seats in, I don't know. There's my squash. If I had £1 for every time I drank a pint of squash a day, I'd be a millionaire. It's not tea time, it's squash time. Right, open the door because we've got it to bits. It's had a 5-speed conversion, because this would have either been a 4-speed with overdrive or straight 4-speed. We will put a radio in there. We are going to fix the grolly here. All this, we're going to do this, cut it out and sort it out properly. I have a suspicion that is grip fill, not body fill. If we go up the top there, it's a bit rusty, so I'm going to take the roof lining down tomorrow and clean it all out. I'm going to do all the rust repair, and then this is being fully sound deadened and insulated, all the floor, back, the floor, right up. And because I've got the heater out because the matrix is dead as a dodo, and there's a hole there, and we're going to put some deadening in there as well. Because if I show you, there is no rot other than that, but in this vehicle it is completely solid. We've had to do a brake overhaul, new brake master cylinder, all new hard lines. They weren't too bad. There's one or two that were grotty, so I changed a lot. All new flexibles, and this is pre-banana engine. I've got the air cleaner off at the moment because I've got to change the element anyway, but obviously doing pipe work. And we're going to take this out and put modern fireproof sound deadening in, because obviously that's Missy Mouse. This is how to go at it. Did a timing belt, auxiliary belt. I've got all the filters coming for it. I changed the gearbox oil because it's running a MT77, which runs automatic transmission fluid. We come around here, this stripe, people say I should keep the go faster stripes. I've got shorter mirrors, new armed, second-hand mirrors with shorter arms that are in nice nick for it, and we're going to repaint it. That is the only bit of rot on this wing, and there's a little tiny bit about there on the other side, and the odd spot on the door, or the door should I say, like there. It is really rust free for a vehicle that's 37 years old, something like that. The fuel sender, which is in there, somebody's been poking and hoping and destroyed it completely, but it was worn out. I took it apart carefully, and the wiper, so the resistor where the wiper runs across is gone, so I might have to fit one out of something else, get cunning. And the heater matrix is all over, it's done, and I managed to get a brand new one, English made one, much stronger, with a carriage, about 90 quid coming. But what the heater did, heater matrix burst, and it made the carpets and all the foam insulation on it sodding wet, and that will sit in your car and rot your floor out from the outside, inside out. or if you get a water leak you don't spot. So if your car is steaming up a lot when you're just driving along normally and not up to other stuff, you may have a water leak which you need to fix. Otherwise your car's going to rust out and you won't even know it's doing it. Even the exhaust on this is had an extra bit put in. I know you can see there's an extra clamp there and a clamp through there, because if I can show you, the camera pick it up, this has what they call the bolt-in extension, because it was a motorhome. It has an extension in the chassis which makes it, I think it makes it about 400-500mm longer than a standard long wheelbase. So this is like an extra long wheelbase. I'll come around the back. You'll see that is the mounting bracket for the crane that we've got to move to the front. And if I come under it, you can see there's the anti-roll bar. You don't normally get that on a Transit pickup commercial. We've done all the new hard lines, new flexibles. It is in really super condition. A good drowning in old engine oil, let it soak in, will do it the world of good and stop it going rusty. We've got to cut this off, this bit off, because that's part of the spare wheel carrier, which I'm going to move. Because when the body goes on, it will be slightly wider, and we're going to get it in under here, in this area here somewhere. And I want to make a toolbox to put all my ratchet straps and tie downs and stuff. So the idea of this is that we can get either small cars up on, like the micros if they break down, or the kids on their motorbikes, so we can pick up motorbikes, or plant and kit that we get involved in fixing and stuff like that. And it's not for general recovery work. And I'm hoping that we can get it quiet enough that your ears don't bleed after 10 miles with that. It's all of 65 horsepower and 200 decibels of noise. That's the reason I converted my old Mark 5 I had to a 3-litre V6. It went like a dingbat and it didn't make a peep of a sound. It was whisper quiet, lovely. I might do the same to this, but I might not go V6. I've been told, and I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, that the 2.3 litre Ford Galaxy engine will go straight on that gearbox with minimal fuss, which is a 4-pot, and I can get a basic ECU to run the ignition and run it on a 38D gas carb. The Banger boys do it, and of course this thing, emissions are plus or minus a gatepost because of its age, and in a few years it's MOT and tax exempt, so it don't even need emissions anyway. And when that exhaust falls off, it's irrespective of, because it's quite long and comes right out over here, whether what engine's in it, I will make a stainless steel exhaust for it, because I'm only doing it once. It's, you know, I mean, it is in good nick and it will probably last a few years, but when the fateful day comes, I will replace it. So there you are. That's what I was talking about in the last video, and it's even had the discs and pads are new, but they've rusted up. Well, it's been sat for 5-6 years. Yeah, there goes. That's a bit of rust. That's it. Yeah, I've got a new aerial coming. I mean, I have really shot the parts cannon on this one, and I'm hurting rather loudly at the moment because we're going to repaint it, just the cab. And I'm not too sure about my racing stripes because we've got a little bit of damage to deal with there, right on the edge of that stripe. By the time I've filled it and made it look pretty, it'll, you know, it's going to eat into it. So we'll have to see. But yeah, there you go. So that's it for now, and we'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra.